Comic Book ASM Artist. Today we're doing our weekly live stream Q&A hangout. I'll just wait for y'all to filter in, and we are going to be doing some bags that I got from the Mopop Museum that were a really good deal that everyone picked up, so in a little bit we'll be doing those. But I'll wait for some of you guys to filter in before we all mess with that. Everything has been going good with me this week. Hello, Keem. How you doing, buddy? But yeah, the main thing you guys saw, I got to go to the Marvel exhibit at the Mopop on Monday, and the reason why I actually did that is because on Saturday it was a free museum day, but it was a 3-hour wait to go to the museum, so I went back in there on Monday to go see the exhibit. Yeah, I haven't read any of the stuff yet. So I haven't read any of the stuff yet. So if you've read all those big stories from DC, please don't spoil them. And yeah, there's other people who might not have read them too. But did you enjoy them, Keem? Have you read them? I know we got another Doomsday Clock, I believe, on top of the Crisis book. And I don't know what else there was. Was there anything else big besides those two books that came out this week? And then I'm kind of unfamiliar. I am picking up Marvel stuff, but I'll hold off on my recent pickups for them. Just didn't have the funds for it, so I still have my last 2 weeks of Marvel stuff to pick up from them. So that would be, I think, like the latest Spider-Man and a couple others. So. Yeah, if you guys do hear, I have some construction going on in the house right now, so hopefully you can't hear that, but that's what all that noise is, if you are curious, so. But, and then tomorrow, the Odyssey one? I thought that had already come out, honestly. That's the one with the, it's like a digital painted cover on it, right? Yeah, everything just kind of blends together after a while, I guess. I did notice the, like the No Justice trade that come out a little while ago. And I think that was like the big lead up to the Odyssey book, so. But it looks good. The art for it looks beautiful, but I just gotta pinch my pennies, so. And then I still have, and I tried to actually read a bit today. I still have all this stuff in here, plus I still have pretty much all of my DC Age of Heroes stuff. Team is Azrael. That alone is crazy to me, having him on a team. I know he was in Detective Comics for a bit. I love that they're doing more stuff with him. I honestly have to go back and read the original stuff with him that Joe Quesada and them had done, because I hadn't read that. I know he worked on it. I think that was his first work, maybe even. I can't recall, but I know he worked on the early days of it. I think it was like a 4-part mini-series. But I just knew of him from the whole Bane, the whole Dark Knight, Nightfall, whatever you want to call it, event. But I know that he did do standalone stuff after that, but I never read any of that, but I've always wanted to. What is it called? I can't remember. I think it's like Order of St. Dumas or something like that. I can't recall. But yeah, I still have pretty much, I don't know, I'm actually excited about the Captain America annual. I haven't read that yet. But I don't think it's connected with the current ongoing book, so that's why I'm excited about it, because I don't care for the ongoing Cap right now. And then even my Batman books, and Mr. Miracle 11 I haven't read yet, Nightwing 49, even the Incredibles thing, and then tons of Hero stuff. I did get a couple cool things this week at Half Price Books, but I don't want to show those off yet until another haul video, but definitely got some nostalgic things, which I was happy about. I mean, I might as well. I'll show this one. So this was huge for me. My brother actually followed this when I was a little guy. Armageddon 2001, this was a big event. I think it was in 1991, yeah, for DC Comics. And the big thing, like, this guy was, he was considered like a huge threat. And it started in this event. This was like a one-shot thing, and then the event continued in the annuals of 12 other DC books. I remember my brother had the Superman one, which I didn't have, but I was able to find another one of them. But I always just loved this right here. Just the whole I don't know. There was like a mystery about who. I want to say his name is Monarch. I haven't actually read this in a long time. The guy in the back here. And then Wave Rider is, I believe he's a Dan Jurgens creation. I could be wrong, but this was his introduction in this book here. So, but yeah, it's just kind of classic '90s stuff. A lot of big action. A lot of. Let me see if I can. And this was a pretty chunky book too. It was a perfect bound, maybe a 64-page book. But there's just a lot of really big. There's a lot of destruction and stuff in here. Like, let me show. See, he makes like this giant crater here. Kind of reminiscent of the whole Akira opening with the H-bomb. And then, yeah, just a whole lot of like Kirby-esque type of nods with the kinetic energy here and then we have some early Teen Titans here, old Nightwing. So it's just cool, it's a, yeah, and then I remember like this here, we see everything just kind of destroyed, all the heroes have been defeated in this reality, destroyed, just decimated. You see another, this is the page before it. So it's setting up, just showing how brutal this guy is. And that looks like in the previous page they're like taking down Darkseid and stuff here. And I still need to find that old mid-90s, the Rock of Ages, I believe is the name of the storyline you keep referring me to, Keem. That's one that I definitely want to check out. And then I love they have like some of the ads in here. We have the old Ninja Turtle cereal, which I loved as a kid. And then of course I can't ever stop bringing it up. It was just part of that period. Here's the Rocketeer movie poster in there. Oh, nice. But yeah, I know you said you get your stuff digitally. Are you gonna pick up a couple of those ones local, Keem? And were you able to get a copy of that Batman Cursed that we had talked about on the previous one? Yeah, I think what my shop had done is basically the ones that were already pulled for people, they considered those as already sold, so they were able to sell it to me. But I don't know. I don't think anyone is really. I think everyone just bought them up and then, yeah, is it Rock of Ages? Yeah. I remember them talking about that on Kevin Smith's Fat Man on Batman podcast with, I think it was Grant Morrison, right? And that was just like one of his favorite. Hey, Mango. What book was I showing? I was showing this one. It's Armageddon 2001. It was a book that my brother had growing up. I would always read over books over his shoulder. And I was able to find this at half price books for 50 cents. This was one of the big events they had back in 1991. It started in this and then continued on in 12 other annuals like Superman and Batman. We had the Superman one, but we didn't have any of the others. And then there was a issue number 2, which everything came back to in the end. And just happy to finally have a copy of this because, like I said, my brother had it growing up, and I really just enjoyed and loved the art in it. And it's one that gets looked over a lot, but for me it has a special place in my heart because at that time I remember how excited my brother was about it and everything. And I don't know if he got all the 12 parts either, but I remember just like seeing the bits of it and all the crazy things that had happened. Well, we're about 10 minutes in here, so I'm actually going to go over the things I got for... we went to the museum on Saturday. It was free museum day. So they had these grab bags there, and these were actually all $5 a piece, and I refused to believe they were $5 a piece. It was such a good deal. I was like, are you guys sure there's not like some catch? You don't have to get like $30 of merchandise or whatever. So yeah, everyone got one of these bags, me included, and they all came with randomly inserted inside as a mystery trade and then a mystery Marvel pin as well. So my kids couldn't wait, and they already opened everything up. But I wanted to share it with you guys because it's just kind of something cool and unique. And so if you ever go to the Mopop in Seattle, these bags are just $5. But the Marvel exhibit is ending on, I think it's January 6th. But if you're interested in that, I did a video of it on Monday. It should be the video right below this one on my videos posted feed. And I want to say the first 25 minutes of it is the Marvel exhibit. I literally just shot every single item that was there, and it's just kind of like a virtual walkthrough. And I had some camera issues. Apparently, like it's even with some of the nicer cameras, they had like the lighting in there is like archival lighting or something. So like all the comic pages and stuff, when you would try to photograph them, you would get like these weird lines that were like kind of static lines. You can still see that the image is okay, but it's annoying because there's like random just static lines that'll just kind of scroll a bit. And I thought it was something wrong with my phone, but then I looked and I saw other people's videos from like news reports and stuff on it. Even the background, like you'd see like a tiny image of like one of the original comic art pages, and you would see the little strobe going on. It's just like, oh, I guess it wasn't my camera, but I was worried it was because I have another phone that like has that issue with the screen, so I thought my phone was crapping out right at that tour. But yeah, so I wanted to show these off. So my three kids got one of these, and then I got one as well. So, and I don't remember whose was whose, but hey, Gas Lamp, nice to see you, buddy. Thank you for the congrats on the 500. I'm actually going to be doing a contest real soon since we're over that hurdle where we have, there's kind of like a gain and drop off between that. I think we will be doing, I might do the 500 contest for the autographed Clayton Crane poster next Monday, maybe. I don't know. But it'll simply be like a video showing off what you guys will win. And of course, you've got to be a U.S. resident unless you want to pay international shipping, but I don't know if you want to do that. And it'll be just to like comment in that video. And of course, if you can share it and get more people in on it, I appreciate it because it helps the channel to grow. But, you know. But let me read the rest of that comment, though. I read about half of it. Yeah, thanks, Gaslamp. I really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. I'm glad you stopped, and I hope you continue to stick around. My channel, I want to say it's about 70% ASMR, and then sometimes we'll just throw in every Thursday live stream is just Q&A. It's hanging out with the viewers type of thing, which is just, a normal hangout. And then I try to do reading videos, and then I do comic haul videos and book flip throughs and stuff. And I'm trying to do at least one like experimental like true ASMR video, at least one a month type of thing. I did like a water sounds one a while back and stuff like that, but mainly I'll do readings on the channel. Some are soft spoken, some are whisper readings, and then I do hauls and like book flip throughs, different art books and stuff like that. So I've almost been doing this for a year now regularly. I want to say in a couple days will be my first official full year doing it, weekly with the regular uploads. And so, yeah. Alright, you're playing Hearthstone. Nice. I've heard good things about that game, but I've never played it. So the first thing we got in here, the mystery one, came with Siege Embedded. And, it's not really anything huge, but like I said, it came with the bag, a book, and then also, you got a mystery pen. Thank you, Gas Lamp. And then inside, I'm not exactly sure. Like it shows, I think these are all the rare ones on the back, but I'm not really sure. Because if that's the case, I'll go through them here. We got an Iron Man pen. And then yeah, it's a nice pin too. It's not like, one of the cheap. It's like a pin. And then you can just attach it from the card, and then you have a nice little collectible card. So, and it's like a plasticky sort of material either. It's not a cardboard card. So, I don't know what that means. Hey, Justin. So that's one, and if that's the case, then this is a rare. It shows it on the back here, but I'm not sure. So that's one of the bags. And then another bag. And all the bags are identical, but it's fine. Yeah, that was the thing. $5 for all of it. I just couldn't believe. The next one, and I actually used to have all these issues individually. When there was no comic shop around me in Missouri, I was subscribed to a bunch of books. So it's whenever the Avengers relaunched. I believe this was during the Heroic Age stuff, and this collects 7 through 12. And this is actually the hardback, so pretty cool. And this is when Romita took over, and they were messing with the Gauntlet and stuff then too. And yeah. And then the pin that came with this one was Rocket. And then it actually has his first cover appearance on the back. And I believe so. This says, I think what it says is the ones that are ultra rare actually do have the cover appearance on the back of him. So I believe this one is an ultra rare, but I'm not sure because all of these ones featured on the back. It looks like they said 27 ultra rares, one in every 3 packs, and there's 54 pins in all. But I think they're spotlighting these as the rares. But yeah, all the ones I have received are ones that are pictured, so I'm not sure if they're rares, if we were just that lucky or what. Let me see. Next one. This was my one, actually. So I got the Hulk Season 1 trade. Never been opened, still in the plastic. Spider-Man's not bad. I mean, they are trying to give some fan service. I think they're going to be holding off a bit with the whole, I forget even what it's called, the Spider-Geddon or whatever their new crossover is. I mean, it has a digital code, but it's already expired. But and then this was another hardback too, so pretty cool. Yeah, Spider-Man's okay. I would say it's out of 5. I would say it's maybe 3 out of 5 right now. It's not horrible, but I think it could be better. But it is entertaining. I've been enjoying the direction of the book. And I believe this was actually just an original graphic novel when it had come out. This isn't a collection of anything. They were trying to reproduce how DC was doing all of like their. I'm trying to remember what they were called now too. Were they Year One or whatever? Their recent ones they had were the alternate universe Batman stuff. So here's some of their other ones they have, and you can't really see. That's the thing I hate about the forward face or the selfie camera on here. Doesn't really focus too well on images that aren't faces. So I don't know. I have Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, Hulk, and then I know they have like an Avengers one. I think there's a Wolverine one, an Iron Man one. Oh yeah, here's some more of them. Well, these ones aren't even the ones I mentioned either. Fantastic Four, X-Men, Daredevil, Spider-Man. So they put out a whole bunch of these. And they didn't have a huge reception to them. And then there's like some bonus material in the back. You can see some of the original uncolored art. Oh, it looks like they put a bit of a sampler in the back too, because I see Mark Silvestri's beautiful, highly energetic rendition of the Hulk back here. So it looks like there's a nice sample of what was at that time the current Hulk run. Yeah, so it looks like they printed. Got some glare there. This is Hulk. This is from 2011. when they relaunched Hulk #1. But this is from from the season 1 here. So, yeah, and I haven't read this before, so I'm interested about that one. And then, so I was hoping to share that digital code, but I didn't know that that was already redeemed. Well, not redeemed, but expired. So, and then finally, and this is a cool one too. It's another Hulk one. Yeah, I saw that. I couldn't really make sense out of a lot of it. I had watched it. The lighting wasn't great on the bus when I watched it earlier. But this was like the big deal at the time. And this storyline here is when they reveal the identity of the Red Hulk. I remember when I went to C2E2 earlier that year, I went to a panel where they were discussing this, and that issue was about to come out, and everyone who asked Jeff Loeb a question at the panel got a Red Hulk pin, a guitar pick, and I don't know where it is now, but I have it somewhere. But it's like, yeah, if you ask him a question, you get a guitar pick. So I'm just like, my question was, can I have a guitar pick? So yeah, he gave me a guitar pick. So I was like the last question. Everyone had already asked everything. So one of the people there was like maybe a 9-year-old kid who's just like, his question was, who's the Red Hulk? And Jeff's like, I was like, you're really cute, kid, but I can't tell you. You just have to read the issue, but you can come get a guitar pick anyway. So, but this collects 22 through 24, and then I think it's like, I'm trying to remember what the heck it's called. It's really weird. It's like when the Hulk has something happen where he fights versions of the Marvel superheroes as Hulk. What the heck is it called? I guess it's just World War Hulks is what it's called. And so we have stuff like this is like Wolverine as a Hulk, and then Spider-Man's a Hulk over here. And this was Jeff Loeb and Ed McGuinness's run, which I love. The thick lines, the high energy, and the chunkiness, especially for Hulk. I feel it really works, you know. And then I'm sure you all at this point know, and there's just lots of big crazy moments like this in here. I'm sure you all know who the identity of the Red Hulk is at this point. But at the time, that was the big draw, was who's the Red Hulk? And then the back there's a story in here that has like a bunch of artists on it. I can't remember which part it is. Yeah, well, they all seem pretty OP, actually. Let's see. I don't know. I'm not really. I guess it's dang it, it's not showing me which issue it is. Round 2, so that would be maybe Hulk number 23. And it just has like all sorts of different artists in there. So there's a Tim Sale picture in there of the Hulk, Thunderbolt Ross. Another one. And then yeah, there's just all sorts of different and noted Hulk artists working on this, because this was like the big event. Man, look at that. This image is crazy. It's like ripped them in half or something. Yeah, little Francis Yu there. Oh, and that actually shows the assassination to Captain America noted there too, which was huge for me. Obviously, you guys know I'm a huge Cap person. Here's some more. This is Vermita's work. But yeah, pretty cool. And like I said, this was only $5. And then the pin in this one was Ghost Rider. I don't think I showed you the pin in my one. comment. Let me check. Birds of Prey movie has a cast. Does it? I haven't seen it yet. I've only heard speculation. So here we go. Here is our pin. There's the one that's officially mine. It's the Avengers seal. Pretty sweet. And then of course you have your cast of characters there. Which can you maybe? No, you'll never be able to see it. I don't know why. I hate that about this camera. I like doing streams, but it doesn't let me show off stuff in front of me, and that's why I don't do a lot of videos like this. I have to have the camera turned around, and I have to kind of like aim blindly and hope I'm in view, unless I have like another mirror behind. It's weird, and I don't want to do that. So, and then my wife got Avengers Mad Libs, and I might do a thing on the channel where it's interactive, where I have you write out your list and then insert your words in as I read off the chart. So I might do an ASMR video with that for fun. So look for that maybe in the future. I think I'm going to do it though. And then this is a nice side too. I was able to get this is unrelated to Mopop, but I found the 100-page books at my local Walmart. These are number 3s. So this one features Bendis' first Batman story in it. And I haven't read any of these yet either. I got the Justice League number 3. And I don't know who is doing the original one. I think it's a Wonder Woman story one in here, and that's written by Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palami, with the art by Chad Hardin. So that's pretty good artwork in there. Not bad. And then the next one is Superman number 3. I think there was Teen Titan ones too, but that one wasn't there. But 3 out of 4 ain't bad. I still gotta find the others. But yeah, pretty cool. I'm glad that I found that. I almost didn't get on. I was on and off about it, but $5 for this, and you know, I like to have where I'm able to give these to my kids and have them read the stories too, but I know they're like valuable collectibles or whatever because they're hard to find. But the main purpose of these is to get other people into reading. So this one, the story for the Superman one is, yeah, and that's the main draw for me. If that wasn't in there, I would just not even hesitate to just give them to the kids. But I'm just like, oh, they have, you know, that this is the only place that story's in. And I don't know. I don't really know if everyone has calmed down with getting them, since it's like not the number 1s anymore. I did notice too on the display they had a sticker in it that was just like, this is display product or placement, like do not remove from the store, since I guess people in the past had, you know, talked like the sales reps into taking the boxes and then people reselling those online too. But so in the Superman one, it's written by Tom King, and then Andy Kubert is the penciler. So here's a nice image here. And I might do readings of those little 12-page stories. I don't know though. We'll see. I did do the Batman one, but even my other source where I read that first part, they don't have any of these other things in there, and I kind of like to read them in sequential order if I can, but if that's not going to work, then okay, maybe I just... But what's funny too is where I found them is where I knew all along where I would find them. We have quite a few Walmarts in the area. But this one was actually the one in the past where we had even before, like, they were making a big deal about this, they were already putting out, and I was seeing like some sort of monthly publication of DC collected comics. But they used to be $10, and it was all just reprints in it. And I guess they just switched their model and decided to put an original story in there, slap a number 1 on it, and, you know, say, hey, these are Walmart exclusive, and then everyone just kind of lost their minds. So I'm not sure if these are still being hunted since they're not the number 1s or not, but it was just cool to discover them and be like, oh, hey, they're finally right in front of me. And they have a good assortment of things in it. I wonder if they're just gonna go to maybe 12 each, do like a full year run, because I know like the Batman one, they are just doing like the entire Hush storyline. So, and most people have that, but like newcomers, like obviously they wouldn't have it, but that's considered a very great classic Batman story. So it's good to throw it in there and get some um, get some more eyeballs on it. And you need to start reading a new story. Well, I'm definitely gonna do. I hesitate with doing a lot with like having ongoing series because it's like I have to put all my money on that horse, so to speak. I'm gonna be reading the Batman the Mad Love story, which is Harley Quinn's origin, the in the Batman animated style. It's by Bruce Timm and Paul Dini, and I would say that's like the best Batman animated comic. And I really liked. I used to collect all those, and I used to have all those, but that I feel that her first appearance comic eclipsed how great and how important that Mad Love original uh, comic is, because that is literally her origin story, and it's so well done. And there's things in that they couldn't put in the animated series, which later on they were able to do through Kids WB. The censors weren't as tight on them on that network as they were on Fox, although they still did sanitize a little bit of it. But yeah, it's a great story, and it's one I definitely want to share with you guys. And not everyone has seen that, read that, so I'd love to do that. But yeah, I mean, I have a ton of books, but it's hard for me to to back one. And you know, like I said, I do it so I'm doing it where you guys can watch and enjoy it. If and if I'm making a series of them and I'm getting a drop off, then I'm like, nah, I don't really want to make more of that series if it's only got like 10 views or whatever. But that's why I always ask if you guys would let me know in comments and all that good stuff. What type of readings would you want to see on the channel? And I'll gladly try to hunt down that stuff or read them digitally if I'm unable to come up with the physical copies of them and do them. So, but yeah, I mean, I'd love to continue reading them, but that's where I'm at with it. So, but yeah, I definitely want to do more of them. So don't worry, the readings are not going anywhere. They're a staple of the channel. I just trying to figure out what to read. So, but I want to try to do a lot of one shots if I can. And I mean, I would like to bring back to keep doing like the rebirth stuff, like the Batman and Nightwing maybe, and the Superman stuff. I at least want to read Superman through Tomasi and Gleason's run, because I really love what they did together. The current Superman run is okay, but I wouldn't put it on some of my favorite storytelling. I really really loved that previous arc. Hi, is it pronounced Beale? How you doing, buddy? Some Elseworld stuff. Yeah, I would say that for sure. Just a lot of the out there stuff that maybe not a lot of people have read. I'd love to do more Turtles. I know I Am Gotham. Yeah, that's a good one. I know not a lot of people, especially stuff like the Turtles books and things like that. They're not really sold everywhere. Like Batman and Superman are a little bit easier to come by um, than Ninja Turtles. So I know that a lot of people on the channel were enjoying the Turtles ones because in their country like that wasn't available for them to read and enjoy. So, but and then there's tons of little offshoots too. They had like mini series they had done and stuff, and I just really love IDW's Turtle Run. I know like the company has a history of uh, roughness right now with financial stuff and all that, but I really feel like the Turtles just kind of did its own thing in the midst of all of that stuff going on. So, and I've enjoyed it, and I think they're on issue number 86 now. They might just go to 100 and then cut it off, but this Turtles book right now is actually the longest running Turtles series ever. So, oh, okay, you have a good night, Mango. Thank you so much. Your video and your chat is 50. I guess there's a lag on it then, maybe. He says my video and chat is like 15 minutes apart. Huh. Maybe refresh. I don't know. Hi, William. How you doing? I saw that you had posted, William. I saw that you were posting a drawing video, but then I tried to watch it and it wasn't there. So did you remove your drawing video, or I think you were trying to draw a rogue, or something happened. I can't remember, but I thought I saw you posting about it. You said you're having what? You had some shoulder issues, right? But then I remember you saying like your internet, you were having internet issues too. And then I saw you on Facebook. You had done you're doing a studio setup, and that looked pretty cool. I see you had like your soundproofing boards you'd put up and everything with your easel and all that. So really nice. So I'm envious. This is my studio space, which is half of the corner of the bed, and then I have my lap board. So that's my studio space, which works because it's convenient for me, But it's definitely not glamorous by any stretch. And then I just have my piles of books I need to read and I need to file and everything else. But it's okay. I get by regardless. Yeah, I was showing everyone earlier, William. Have you ever read this story right here? I found this for 50 cents at Half Price Books. My oldest brother, he used to collect these, and I would read them over his shoulder. And I finally was able to acquire this, and it's a classic 1991. It was DC's big event, and I highly recommend it if you haven't checked it out. And go check it out. Started with this, and then it spun out into 12 that 12 annuals from 1991 were Armageddon 2001, and then there was an issue number 2. There was a big mystery over the main villain in the back here, who he was and stuff, and then it was the introduction of Wave Rider too, which I believe, like I said earlier, is a Dan Jurgens creation. So pretty cool, a lot of big action and a lot of memorable stuff. So I recommend that if you haven't seen it. So let me see. Let me read your chat. Cutting it. Ouch, man, that sounds painful. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I definitely need some medical help myself. My back went out maybe 2 or so years ago, and I had surgery done. But even after that, I still haven't been the same. I'm very very caustic about what I lift and what I can do and things like that, and it's a bummer. But the main thing is at least and I know like drawing still definitely takes a toll on the body. Like there's plenty of stories of artists and stuff who have had their share of injuries from just not having the correct posture or using the correct technique or whatever when they draw. So you're not out of the woods with health issues when you draw, but I don't know. It doesn't involve a lot of heavy lifting and things like that, so you're able to work through injuries, I guess, a little bit, but it's still not recommended. But I don't know. Just thinking out loud, we're not lifting buses, so we're not really sidelined from doing our passion for making our books. So William, are you actually working on a book too, or? Because I know art is definitely a big part of your life, but are you working on a book and maybe doing an Indiegogo, or? And then on Friday, I'm getting my shipment of my 100 copies of the Bull Number One. I'm gonna start signing those and getting those sent out. The bummer though is the T-shirt design is I've got like a 2-week wait on it. So the people who ordered like the total package with the shirt and everything like that, you gotta wait like 2.5 weeks or whatever, which I hate. I wanted to get everything out at the same time, but the T-shirts are not going to be done until 2 weeks from now. So, which unfortunately there's nothing I can do about that. Your book isn't going to be on Indiegogo. That's okay. It doesn't have to be. I mean, I threw mine on there to see what would happen. Like I said before, I'm nowhere near like industry level. I'm still figuring stuff out. but I just wanted to put it in a space where I knew that there were people who would appreciate what I was doing and who would get behind what I was doing, because that's the whole thing. Like, the book is only going to grow if you put it out in front of people. Like, I'm definitely aware it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's fun to throw it out there and have people become fans of it and want to see more of your product, rather than just me, putting out a thing and throwing it on a website no one's ever going to see, and or putting it on Facebook for free. Like, I don't want to put my stuff out for free. And you know, down the line, once I have enough stuff, I might, throw samples of it and things like that out there. But I mean, I value myself as an artist enough to not have a ton of free stuff floating out there, But at the same token, I want it's fun to start a fan base and to actually physically hold my book in my hand, which that's something I always wanted to do my whole life, and that was the whole thrust behind it. Like, I got so worried about perfection and this and that, and then I finally found the company, Comics Wellspring, and being able to affordably print my stuff. Like, every company I'd seen be like, oh yeah, we can do that for you. We order 250 copies for $500. I'm just like, I don't have $500 or $250 or whatever. Like, whoa. So these guys, like, you can do a print run of like 25 books that are like good quality pages, that are like the higher quality pages, and it's actually would be 10 under that if you want to go with the lesser stock or whatever. But you can print like 25 books for $80 or something like that. But it's not bad. Like, it's definitely not super super cheap. It's still costing me maybe like 350 or 370 or whatever to print each issue after the shipping costs are added on there for it getting to me. That's not whenever I ship it back to everyone else. But so there's not a huge profit there, but it is, like I said, it's putting a book out, getting it people's hands, having reaction, having a following, all that good stuff. So it's just fun to see that going. So William says, I'm working on an 8-page story for Lucky Comics right now. Cool. And then I'm doing a children's book on my own after that. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely want to check all that stuff out. Did I see the Joker movie teaser? Yes, with all the traditional makeup with the red nose and all that. I mean, I think the more I see of it, it has grown on me and normalized it a little bit. The Joker is just such an iconic character that, especially initially seeing it with the red nose and the stuff, and just like, he looks like a clown, like, and I still don't think that's going to be the final look of him. Or he might be like that for the bulk of the movie, and then towards the end it might transition to how we know him. But I mean, I think they're definitely trying to lend off the Heath Ledger, because he's got like the long green hair and that stuff. So I think like they're kind of piggybacking on that a little bit, but yet still having this be its own thing by having it be a period piece. The suit and stuff, it's very retro. It's 60s or 70ish or something like that. So you could definitely tell that they're trying to make this a period piece, and that's what they're going for. So it'll be interesting to see, like I said, if that's his final look. I'll probably be, I don't know. I don't know what percent bummed I'll be if we don't see a different look for the Joker by the end of the film in the last 20 minutes or so, but I get the setup for why he looks like how he looks like, but like I said, I think it'll be tweaked at the end. If it isn't, I'll be surprised and a little disappointed. But I'm interested in it for sure, and Joaquin Phoenix is a good actor, so I don't think it'll be a bad film based on that. So, but yeah, I guess I do have concerns about just changing an iconic character like that, but I don't think it is. It's not in a state that it's irreparable or really even needs repair. Like, they went so crazy with having and I mean, I know why. In like Suicide Squad, they modernized Joker, but I think everyone wasn't ready for him to be modernized that much with all the tattoos and the grill and all that stuff. And like I said, I get why they did it. They're trying to modernize it a little bit, and not everyone was ready for that. So, but I know quite a few people who enjoyed that Joker too. But I can understand it for both sides. And I personally didn't care for that one, but I'm biased. Like I mean I really love the Dark Knight Joker, but I also really like Jack Nicholson as the Joker too. So you think that'll be the final look? Yeah, it's a very good possibility. It's just there's supposed to be a one-shot elsewhere, and that's what I'm hearing. I think that's their way to kind of play it safe though. Like if it does do well, I can see them doing more with it, but they're not. I don't think they're going to try to shoot themselves in the foot because they've already done that in the past so many times, They don't say, "Oh, we have 3 movies coming. Get ready." And then no one shows up for the first one. They're just like and then they just quietly cancel the other two. This is the whole thing with like the Justice League. Like I said, the setup at the end of that movie, I want to see that next movie, but I don't know if we'll ever see it. And I'm just like, man, because yeah, the villain at the end after the bonus scene looked, or at the end of the credits looked so amazing. He looked so well done. I want to see that interaction between the team and him. But I don't know if it'll ever happen now. So, and then of course we never got our big dark side moment. We had Steppenwolf, which is a minion, but he's not the big bad. So, but I think that was the carrot they were dangling. They didn't want to, blow everything in the first movie. They were trying to set it up and piece it out and do it the Marvel way, where it's like the main villain is talked about, and the audience is aware of the character before the team is aware of the character, and there's tension and all that good stuff. Because I think that was a huge part of the success of Marvel is, having that where Thanos sat back in the sidelines and we're like, oh man, he's coming, he's coming. And even though the movie we got still isn't 100% faithful to the comic source material, like it's still interesting enough and enough people are invested in seeing where all these movies led up to this interaction with him. What if they do 3 Jokers? Yeah, that's a possibility. I mean, they're doing that book and they might play it off like that, but I don't know. Just throw Jack Nicholson in there. have him come back. I think he's like retired from acting now, though, from what I hear. I know he made a ton of money off that Batman movie. He got a percentage off like all of the marketing for that movie too. Like every single shirt that had anything about the Joker, all that he got a percentage of that. I don't even think Michael Keaton got percentages off of that merchandise, but in Jack Nicholson's contract, he got a percentage of all that stuff. Yeah, he's expensive. So it'll be fun to see what happens. Hi, Kev Gaiman. How are you? So you guys have any questions or anything for me, or just captivated? Oh, I guess this is a I'll save that. He charges too much. Yeah, you might be onto something there. Yeah, I guess I'll hold off on there. I guess I can mention the where are we at? Oh well. Oh, here we go. I want to mention to you all, we had a comic book legend pass away the other day. Is Norm Brayfogle, and this is the first comic book I ever bought. And Norm Brayfogle, he drew this, and he drew several Batman books and detective comic books and other things. And he passed away, I want to say 2 days ago. I think he had a stroke, I can't recall. But he was younger too. He was maybe 54 or 56. Just a great talent. Great early 90s, late 80s Batman artist, among other things. And Yeah, I just want to make you all aware of it because, like I said, this was my first official Batman comic I ever bought. So to have the guy who worked on this pass away yesterday, I just kind of like, well, dang, it's kind of sobering. So, like I said, you never know. You never know when your time is going to come. So make the most of every bit of it. Don't get hung up on the what ifs. Don't get worried about the perfections. If it's creating it is the thing you want to do, create. If I don't know, whatever you want to do, like don't get discouraged and try your best to make it a reality. If it's I don't know. I'm sure you guys have goals and stuff too, and things you want to do and see. Work towards them the best you can. Don't get hung up on the what ifs. I'm doing good, Kev. Thank you so much. And yeah, the thing, and I think I was maybe 6 when I got this. Let's see here. Yeah, 91. I was 6 years old. And a fun fact about this, if you guys watch Mr. Bean at all, I'm not sure if you do, there's the episode where he is waiting in the dentist's office and there's a kid reading a comic, and this is the comic the kid is reading that Mr. Bean is trying to steal from him and read over his shoulder. So, let's see if I can find some of the. All right, Keem, you have a good night, buddy. The major thing I remember from this right here is right here. Batman has a growling contest with this dog. He's gonna hit it with his Batmobile and it just stood in the way and growled at him. And this dog is like if I remember, has like some sort of guardian or something inside of it. This takes place on like a Native American reservation land. And the dog's trying to protect the area. Really interesting. But I remember as a kid, I loved that Batman growling at that dog and all that. Hey man, whatever you like to do though, Kev. If it's what you like to do, I don't know if it's really wasting it, buddy. Now, if you spent all your time doing something you didn't want to do, then I would say it would be wasted. But if you spend your time enjoying what you want to do, then I'd say you're in good shape. don't worry about other people's standards. Yeah, I would totally love to do a hangout, William. I could send you. Like I said, I do these every Thursday. If you wanted to crash mine sometime, you could just reach out to me on Facebook, and I do this. I started at 7. It's almost 8 now. I don't know what the time is where you're at, but if you can let me know when you want to do it, like prior in the day on Thursday, and then I can shoot you out the link to it, like I don't know, shortly before I do the stream. I haven't my more recent ones. I haven't posted them. In the early days I would post it in the early morning. Oh dang, it's almost midnight there. Nice. Well, I guess it's not too late for you though. But for me, like I can't do it any earlier because like I get home right around maybe I don't know 5 or so. But then we still have a lot of kids running around the house. My wife babysits other kids and stuff, and there's a lot of noise and things like that that go on. So that's why I push it off until everything is kind of settled a little bit, and that's why I do them at 7. But if you let me know, yeah, we can do them. Just let me know like early Thursday, like morning time or whatever, when you want to hop on, and then I will send you out an invite and we can do a hangout. And I'll have my phone on standby because I'm sure I won't be able to read the comments again like I did with Gary on this show. But yeah, I try to just do them the once a week, like especially with the whole comic movement. A lot of the guys are doing multiple live streams and stuff. I don't want to compete with everyone. I'm sure other people are even doing streams now, but I just like to keep mine simple. It's like, hey, I do the one. This is when it is, Thursday 7. Come on for an hour hangout. If I get a huge big audience, in the future, maybe I would do more, but I think once a week, Thursday for an hour isn't too bad. And like I said, it doesn't overstep a lot of the other stuff, family life and all that. So, but I definitely want to provide that window to be able to talk to you guys. So I do love doing these every week. They are a highlight for me. And yeah, I love just being able to talk to you guys and getting to know you all better and, you know, seeing what you guys are doing. So, William, have you been reading any of the new books at all, or did you go to your shop on Wednesday? Or all right, that sounds good, William. I'll totally look for you. Yeah, just message me on Facebook through Instant Messenger. That's my main form of communication is through Facebook Messenger. And yeah, stay off Twitter. It's too crazy. Even though that's where everyone else is, I don't want to mess with all that. I think there's too much negativity on there, unfortunately. There's definitely a good side to it, but I don't want to deal with all the drama. I'm just a guy who loves books, trying to put out a good book in a positive space, I guess. I don't know. Just trying to make the bowl a thing, because like I said, it's been a lifelong passion for me. So hopefully soon it'll be out to you guys. Like I said, I'm getting my big group of them on Friday. Start signing them and getting them packaged. Sent out shortly thereafter. T-shirt orders are 2 weeks delayed because they have to still wait to be made. So those will be sent out in like 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks. Snowpiercer, nice. That's Joe Harris, I believe, right? I've read his. I've met him a while back, and he's doing the book Rock Stars. It's like conspiracy stuff. The way he put it, I believe he put it as Almost Famous meets X Files or Supernatural, somewhere around there. It's like a rock and roll conspiracies mixed with supernatural stuff. It's pretty crazy. It's definitely a mature rated book, but it's interesting. And I don't typically read like mature books and stuff like that, but the premise was interesting enough to me. I really love like classic rock and stuff like that. So, and then I gifted him. I did a set of all the Beatles in their Yellow Submarine outfits, and I gave him my original set of those, just to say, hey man, that's a cool idea. So I figure you appreciate these. So he has my originals, and I do have prints of those available on my store. But that's where they are. That was the other one he did, Great Pacific, I believe, and that one's really cool. That one is about there's like a giant chunk of garbage that's floating out in the Pacific Ocean, but I guess it's so large, it's more or less an island made solely out of garbage, and it's about a kid who ends up there, and he like creates a civilization on this giant garbage island. So pretty interesting, and that's the one that I had him. Well, he signed Rockstars, and he signed that. That's whenever I met him, I bought Great Pacific. So, but that one's fun. I haven't read Snowpiercer though. Or maybe I'm thinking of Snowfall. I don't know. Snowpiercer is the one that I think did Chris Evans do a movie with that one maybe? I don't know. I'm just blending them all together. That's okay. I've definitely heard of that book, but is it the same book is the question. I don't think so. It's okay. But yeah, I do recommend those. Okay, yeah, and that's the one where there's like I think there's like different classes and stuff, and I don't know. I don't know a lot about it. I just know Chris Evans did a movie with it, and it is based on a graphic novel. But I heard it's good, so I'm sure it is, and I do want to check it out. All right, does anyone else have any questions or comments for me before we wrap this up? All right, this is our 30-second warning. You have a good night too, William. Thank you. All right, well, if there is nothing else, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for the night. You all have a good day or night. Don't forget to check out the Bull number 1 on Indiegogo. I have a link below for that. It's just $5. Check it out. And that'll stay on there for a while, but the sooner you can get your copy, the sooner you'll get it, and you'll find out what everyone's talking about. So that'll be fun. But yeah, that's it for now. If you haven't seen it, check out my Marvel Universe Museum tour video. I posted it a couple days ago. I might actually leave a link to that in the description as well, just for fun, but it should be the video below this one on my timeline. But have a good day or night, and I'll see you next Thursday, and check out more videos from me coming up this week. Thanks. Bye.